sir, we can start, sir. 2256.
Good evening, all. The
Good
meeting
evening.
Rotary Club Chandigarh Midtown 2256 is called to order, and I hand over the meeting to the President, Sanjay Bhatia. Over to you, Sanjay.
Thank you, Passman R.K. Mukherjee. And good evening to all. Our special welcome to our guest speaker for this evening, Navneet Sandhuji. And some guests, I think, is Ruchi, your sister here, who's attending today?
Yes, my sister Ruchi Chawla has joined us from Prayagraj.
Right. Okay. So, welcome to Ruchi, and welcome to all the members who are attending.
Thank you, sir.
So we'll start today's meeting with the invocation as we do every meeting, and I would invite our secretary Shuchi to lead the invocation for this evening.
Thank you, Sanjay sir. Can you just do me a favor by muting everyone?
Co-host.
Oh, sorry. Just a second. I would request everyone to kindly mute yourself so that we can have a... Yes. Thank you so much. परहित सरिस धर्म नहीं भाई, पर पीड़ा सम नहीं अधमाई। गोस्वामी तुलसीदास जी ने रामचरितमानस में ये चौपाई लिखी है। परोपकार से बढ़कर कोई उत्तम कर्म नहीं, और दूसरों को कष्ट देने से बढ़कर कोई नीच कर्म नहीं। परोपकार की भावना ही वास्तव में मनुष्य को मनुष्य बनाती है। कभी किसी भूखे व्यक्ति को खाना खिलाते समय चेहरे पर व्याप्त संतुष्टि के भाव से जिस असीम आनंद की प्राप्ति होती है, वह अवर्णनीय है। किसी वास्तविक अभावग्रस्त व्यक्ति की निस्वार्थ भाव से अभाव की पूर्ति करने के बाद जो संतुष्टि प्राप्त होती है, वह अकथनीय है। परोपकार से मानव के व्यक्तित्व का विकास होता है। मनसा वाचा कर्मणा, अर्थात मन से किसी का बुरा ना करें, वाणी से किसी को कष्ट ना दें, और कर्म से अच्छे कार्य करें। रोटरी का मूल मंत्र भी तो यही है। और यदि ये भी ना हो सके तो बस एक यही मेरी कामना, तेरे द्वार पर आती रहूं, गर भला किसी का न कर सकूं, तो बुरा किसी का मैं ना करूं, बस एक यही मेरी कामना। तो आइए सब मिलके आज ये प्रण लें कि अगर हम किसी का भला ना कर सके तो कम से कम किसी का बुरा तो ना करें। धन्यवाद, एंड बैक टू यू प्रेसिडेंट।
Thank you, Shuchi. Very interesting, strong message.
Compliment your Hindi.
हाँ जी सर।
धन्यवाद सर।
Very nice, Suchi.
Thank you, Shashi ma'am.
So, you know, I'm sure the viewership on Netflix and Amazon Prime has increased during the COVID times, you know, and when I hear Shuddh Hindi, I feel I start looking for subtitles at the bottom of the screen, you know, so maybe maybe I'll understand this later from Shuchi, a few words which I did not understand, but the message was very clear. As all of you have been reading in the news about the vaccine and India getting ready with, you know, the cold storage facilities that would be required and India's level of preparation, you know, just set me thinking that while cold storage is absolutely necessary, and I hope that is not a limitation when the vaccines start coming. Actually, it's a life which has been in cold storage for the past few months. And hopefully things will improve in the very, very near future. The challenge now is whether we manage to resume our physical meetings during the current Rotary year, or will this actually happen next year? So talking of this year, next year, I would like to remind members that in December, we have the very important event of the team being formed for the next year, with the nomination deadline being today, the withdrawal being next Friday, and the declaration of the results of the team for the next Rotary year would be on the 25th of December. And my thanks to the election committee, which has Councillor past President B.R. Ramsisaria. It has the chair of the election committee, past President Ajit Gulati ji, and members, past President R.K. Luthar and past President Amarjeet, who would definitely be giving a big support to run through the vote process in the most smooth and efficient manner. With this, I would like to now invite past District Governor Shaju Peter to take this meeting forward with the our guest speaker for today, Navneet Sandhu. Again, a warm welcome once again to you. Past District Governor Shaju, it's over to you.
Shuchi has inspired me to share a Sanskrit saying with you, which says, Paropagarartham idam shariram, which means this body and me are for the benefit of others, for the service of others. President Sanjay, Secretary Shuchi, my dear friend and trainer Navneet, fellow Rotarians and friends. For those of you who did the Rotary District 3080 leadership training over the years, while late past Governor Major Somdat was its dean, and yours truly was the associate dean, and Navneet does not require a formal introduction. Suffice it to say that Navneet did her graduation from the University of Western Ontario, Canada, and subsequently her MBA from the University of Melbourne, Australia. She has been devoting her life and work for the human development in organizations in the private as well as the public sectors as an acclaimed coach and trainer. It is in that capacity that she served for years as one of the trainers in the academy program of Rotary. That's how I came across her years ago. She has experience of over 23 years in Fortune 500 companies, in human development and leadership development across organizations. Family-wise, she has a son who is pursuing his higher education in Canada right now. And she continues to work with organizations across the world in training and developing people and their skills. What brings her to our midst this evening is her association with the Haryana chapter of Women's International Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The Council's Haryana chapter's president, Navneet, is right now. And I was asking her to give me a bio, and I was quite touched by the mantra she says that is hers, which says, the wound is a place through which the light enters you. Highly philosophical. And today, her topic is on skills development, and especially women's empowerment through the medium of WICCI in Haryana. All to you, Navneet.
Thank you so much, Saju sir. It's such a pleasure to be back here and to see you after a very long time, I think. and to see Ram Sisodia sir also after a very long time. And Nitin is also on the call, which I believe he has gone through my torture of Leadership 3080 Academy sessions, you know.
There must be quite a few, Navneet, in the club for sure.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah, quite a few over the years, I would think so, Saju sir. Absolutely. So thank you for the lovely introduction. A very good evening to all of you. You know, Sat Sri Akal to everybody. It is my privilege to be here today. And I come here first as a person, you know, from Chandigarh, known to, you know, some of these beautiful people here on the call. And then as the newly appointed president of the Haryana Life Skills Council under WICCI, WICCI, which we call it WICCI, which is Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. So I will take you through what the mission and the vision and the values and agenda for WICCI is. The reason why I chose to speak on this topic today, it is very close to my heart. It is something that I have devoted a lot of my time and I continue to devote my time to. And also it's a new initiative that I'm very excited about. And I thought if I share and, you know, with all of you, there will be more awareness created around this initiative, and maybe you can also partner with us and help us to take this initiative forward. So with that, and without any further ado, I would like to start sharing my screen. I have prepared a presentation on this. I hope everybody is able to see this.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Suchi. So I would just like to take just a few slides. So allow me to go through the slides first so you get an idea of what this organization is all about. And then afterwards, you're welcome to ask questions or your comments are well invited. So Life Skill Council Haryana, an introduction basically to the WICCI, which again, I repeat, Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. WICCI is an NGO which has been launched in India, and under the WICCI umbrella, there are many sectors that have been covered. There are close to, I believe, over 100 sectors. One of the sectors is the life skills sector. We have a national council. So we have a national president and a vice president and 20 council members for life skills in India. And then for every state, we have a council. So I have been given the state of Haryana, and in that capacity, I speak to you today. What is the vision of our Life Skills Council? It is to create a powerful and enriching ecosystem of life skills for the nation that builds the psychosocial, interpersonal, and effective capacity of an individual in multiple areas to develop coping mechanisms and self-management skills that can effectively combat challenges and help individuals evolve towards self-empowerment and success, specifically of women professionals in business, industry, and commerce across all sectors and fields. So there are a lot of words. I'm sure all of you are thinking, my God, this is too much. Simple, easy words. We are taking this initiative forward to help the working women of India. So working women in all sectors across all industries, and using the foundation of life skills or human skills, or some of you might know them as soft skills. They're given different nomenclatures. Keeping that as the foundation, making women more aware of this and helping them become more self-managed, as well as helping them in managing other areas of their life. So that is the basic vision behind this initiative. It's a very interesting one personally for me, because I love my work. Like Saju sir said, that I do a lot of leadership training, and I am also a certified coach. So this is basically my work. And I find it totally passionate, and I engage almost every day in this kind of work. A little bit, because I am so much into this work, not for the knowledge that I have gained over the years, but because these life skills really, application of them really does make a difference. And I have seen it in my life. I have seen it both in my professional as well as my personal life. My relationships have improved. My communication has improved. My awareness of myself has, gone up many, many notches. And it is just one of those things which is a hugely developmental need of the world as we are living in a very dynamic world. So what is the mission of WICCI? The WICCI National Council for Life Skills endeavors to operate and create well-defined policies, systems and processes, as well as engage with the population in conjunction with the globally recognized concepts of life skills and their pertinence and applicability for Indian culture and progressive thought in the current dynamic atmosphere. So what we have done is we have not invented these life skills. These life skills are very much documented, globally recognized skills. So we have just taken that list and we are trying to bridge that gap, that how can we create better awareness, and as a result of that awareness, empower the women in our society, the working women in our society. And also there is a huge part of this initiative which is dedicated to research and development. And we are hoping that with our little endeavor and effort here, we will be able to get some white papers and research papers out there from live research done within all these states of India, and also have an influence in determining some of the policies related to women empowerment in times to come. So that is the bigger goal that we have in mind, and we're very excited about it. We operate on 7 core values as far as WICCI goes. And I thought, I've given you the vision and the mission. So obviously the next step is knowing about these 7 values. And we hold each member, absolutely hold them to these values. Integrity, passion, commitment, excellence, collaboration, innovation, and respect. I think these are very universal values, and they are very deeply ingrained, I think, in the Indian culture. So, it becomes very easy to relate to them. Integrity, because as a person, we have to be very true to ourselves, as well as to the mission that we are pledging ourselves to. So the entire India team, the entire WICCI team, and to be very honest with ourselves in carrying this work forward. Passion, for anything to happen in life, I believe, there's an element of luck and fate, but there is a huge element of you being driven towards accomplishing the goals that you set out to accomplish. So passion is something that we're definitely looking for. And because this is a volunteer, effort, we absolutely don't force people to join. It is totally a voluntary commitment that we are seeking from their end. However, we do have expectations of excellence coming out. So there is no space for mediocrity, and we make that very clear. We do believe in a culture of collaboration. So there will be no individual players. Everything is through team effort and teamwork. We are looking for some innovative things to unfold as we go through this process, because something on this scale has never been done in India. So we will be the pioneers to take on this, little initiative. And so we all have to develop a mind of creative thinking and an innovative mindset to think at every stage, what else can we do, or what else can we experiment with? And finally, of course, the most important value, which is of respect. Every member on the team is equal, There are no biases. There are totally clean vibes, and it does not matter what background you're from, what sort of economic background or educational background you're from, but we are all in this to uplift women in general. And we keep telling people that we are in here for a soulful connection. So it is connecting souls, and which is a much deeper connection than just going on a very superficial level. Our agenda, as we have gotten it from the National Council, is an 8-step agenda. So like I just mentioned a few minutes ago, we have to create awareness of this concept of life skills. These life skills we are taking from well-documented organizations such as UNICEF, UNESCO, and WHO. They have listed 10 core life skills, and these are the life skills here. Problem solving, critical thinking, effective communication skills, decision making, creative thinking, interpersonal relationship skills, self-awareness building skills, empathy, and coping with stress, as well as emotions. Now, if you look at these 10 skills, they pretty much apply to anybody and everybody who is having a human experience. But because we are concentrated on the women empowerment thing, so we will be concentrating our efforts to that group of the society. The council will work towards creating the awareness and relevance of these skills among working women professionals and aspiring working women professionals across the sector. So that's our #1 agenda point. Next, we have, like I already mentioned, we have a huge thrust towards research and development. In fact, the president of the Life Skill Council herself is a researcher, and she's a PhD researcher and she's an image scientist. So she is huge on this research initiative, and she keeps pushing us towards it. The council shall research and create iterative models and systems. It would also indulge in research paper writing and implementation of knowledge dissemination to the target group, as well as for policy creation, comparative analysis of traditional approaches and global systems in the area. Empirical testing and validations of models would be employed through research surveys for scientific credibility and proven ways of transformation. So we're very happy to see that we are getting a lot of women in research coming aboard and helping us take this mission forward. So we'll have a dedicated research and development team. And what they're looking from us from the different state councils is that we will provide them with this live research data as we go through these various agenda points. Next one is skill interventions and knowledge dissemination. The council shall engage with business units, entrepreneurship institutions, startup incubators, corporate houses, higher education establishments, and other groups across the domains to familiarize and to disseminate the life skills training. And this will primarily happen through 2 channels. The first one will be something that we will call life skill centers. And the second one will be something that we call circles of excellence. And through these 2 chambers, we will be balancing the knowledge, skills, and attitude as related to the life skills topic. And of course, as you can see, we are looking to engage with PSUs as well as private, as well as profit, non-profit, any of those establishments who are willing to join hands with us. There is opportunities for enhancement of life skills across the domains, and we would assist in this knowledge sharing. We are trying to build up the capacity within each council to be able to do that as we move forward. There will be a life skills community network which will get established, and we believe that knowledge grows multifold when this knowledge is given to unlimited and vibrant numbers in the society. So the council shall work towards the creation of a network of experts and practitioners in this area, in the life skills area and related domains. This shall only strengthen the mission of the council, but also allow quick and effective osmosis of the subject matter in diverse communities of engagement. Then we are looking forward to the community engagement, which will be our work at the ground level. The council shall create ways to engage with the community at various levels, whether in person or digitally. Of course, right now only digitally, because we are not over the COVID-19 situation and it's not safe. To aid direct training or learning and facilitation, and effectively engage with the population. And we call ourselves Friends of Hope and Resolve. So where there is scope for the community to openly share their feelings, feel a sense of belonging, and mutually strengthen each other within the group. So one thing that research tells us, and our own experience also tells us, when we talk about women empowerment specifically, there are so many women out there who don't have an outlet. They somehow feel trapped in the life that they are leading. And if they can find a little bit of resolve, and if they can find a little bit of friendship and hope with us, we would be more than happy to contribute to their lives. And I think bring about the awareness and bring, just literally empower them from inside out. Because it's very difficult to empower somebody from outside in, because outside influences are not in your control. But it is absolutely within every human's capacity to empower themselves inside out. And that's where these life skill domains really help you. The last two are, we will be engaging in life skills exchange programs and policy creation. So the life skills exchange program is to, the council shall encourage and facilitate knowledge sharing within the different states of India at the national level and at a global level by ways of engagements like conferences, events, webinars, seminars, etc., to equip the knowledge base for a better prepared global society. So WICCI also has a lot of members internationally. We do have individual chambers between, for example, an Indo-Canada chamber, an Indo-Spain chamber, etc. So we are also looking at not just staying at a very national level, but also going international simultaneously with these events and webinars and conferences. And of course, the last agenda being the policy creation, which is evolving times usher evolving methodologies. And thus we feel it is very important to create novel ways of enhancing these life skills across all levels, profiles, and sectors. The council shall build legit policies in the area and suggest the acceptance and implementation of the same to the Government of India for women empowerment and a better conditioned society. So that's our dream, that's our ultimate aim. And we are looking to reach there, hopefully sooner than later. Now, the agenda by the National Council is that every state has a state president and a state vice president. And then there are 20, or I should say minimum 20 council members in that particular state. So for the state of Haryana, I have been nominated. I am the president. I already have a vice president on board. And I'm looking for 20 council members, of which I already have about 10, 11 women on board, but I'm looking to fill in the rest of the seats. Now, in my criteria is a few points. I would like to get women or even young girls, who volunteer and who are willing to join this mission. But I'm looking for people from across the state of Haryana. If I wanted to, I can absolutely get 20 members between Chandigarh and Gurgaon, no problem. But that's not what we want to do, because as we get to the ground and start working, we would be covering the entire state. So we need representations in the various areas of the state. What kind of people are we looking for? So here are some profiles that have been suggested. Again, a lot of it suggested by the National Council. So somebody who is already engaged in research and development and knows, maybe is a content creation expert. we already have, or I should say, I already have life coaches, trainers, and counselors for this intervention because a lot of my network was in that specific field. We are looking for content creation for skill assessments and monitoring because an important part of the development process and empowerment process would also be the skill assessment and monitoring of that, and also for the research purposes. We are looking for industry and government collaborations for our events and for our webinars and seminars that are going to follow. So anybody who's connected with the industry would be a great help. We would need experts on social welfare policies. State related would be very welcome. We need PR community people, people maybe who are savvy in social media, technology. This is where I think the youngsters would definitely be much better than people my generation or the generation above me. So we are looking if some youngsters, and these days I do find a few of them are very dedicated to such causes. So we would welcome them to come aboard and join us as well. Marketing, events, branding, network professionals, legal support and policy empowerment professionals, because we are finally moving towards that goal. So I would welcome somebody from that kind of a background as well. And state government policy professionals. We're looking for industry collaboration, government liaisoning, support work, etc. So I just summed up this, that these are the kind of backgrounds that I am looking for the Haryana Council. So for that, I am going to request you all to also, if you know somebody in your network who will be willing to come aboard and who wants to join a mission like this, then, please, let them contact me and we can go through the process of onboarding. So pick the council member is my #1 priority right now. Then I have to send the list to the National Council. There will be an announcement for the Haryana Council officially through a webinar or a digital event as soon as I have at least 20 of the council members in. The tenure will be till December 2021. So we are looking at a 1-year tenure as of right now. We have to get going into a plan and submit that to the National Council in terms of who we can target as maybe running the first few, knowledge sharing, training / digital events. And then there is another thing that we're very excited about is something that we call the KEL, which is the Knowledge Enhancement Lectures, KEL. And again, once the entire team is in, we will be indulging in this. So my steps forward are that I need to get the 10, 11 women in, and then start working and giving them the different parts of the life skills list. And maybe, they can start working on each of the subject matter, content coming in, and then, going on and start, depending on the group that we are targeting, to, share this knowledge with those particular groups as we go along. Now, not everybody would need all 10 life skills. So depending upon what the group needs, we will actually, customize programs for them. My request to all of you is please connect us with the relevant profiles. If you know anybody, especially Rotary, because you are very well connected, and it's an organization which already has a lot of people on board who are willing to, who are giving their time and have dedicated a large portion of their lives to such, amazing causes. They can give us their connect details. We will send you information as and what is required, or they can speak to me personally. I would give them the, the choice of choosing what responsibility they want to take on. So please spread the word and let's get, the women or the girls on board. My request is also to the gentlemen. When I was speaking to the president of the National Council, I asked her that, can we have gentlemen aboard as well? Because I believe women empowerment does not happen with only women. gentlemen play a very, very important role in that. So she said, because it's a women's council, so we only have to have women council members. However, she has given me the freedom to, get gentlemen on board, not to officially have that council member tagged to them, but they are more than welcome to come and support us in this cause. And, together, I always feel the more people we have, the more we can accomplish in the given time that we have been given. So you can find us everywhere. Our website is www.wiki.in. We are on Facebook under Wiki Life Skills Council. We are on LinkedIn under Wiki. And those are my contact coordinates, navneet@riversaints.com. And my mobile number is also there for you to keep and to get in touch with me if required. Okay, so pretty much that was my presentation. I thought I'll give you an overview of what Wiki is and what is it that we are trying to accomplish here. And I would welcome any questions or comments now on this. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I would like to open the floor for any questions, anything to discuss. Yes, Shaju sir, please.
Navneet, the National Council of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, has it got anything to do with the International Chamber of Commerce in Paris, ICC?
I'm not sure, Saju sir, but this is a totally different thing. This is the Women's Council.
All right. Okay. No, I'm talking about the leave aside the women's, the Indian, the National Council of ICCI. Has it any affiliation with the ICC of France, the International Chamber of Commerce? I don't think so, but I just want to check that.
I not to my awareness, sir. Not to my.
All right. Okay. Fine. Thank you. Yeah.
Any other questions? I would request.
I could recommend two names. One is Ritu Singhal, past president of our club. She fits in the criterion which you have mentioned about.
I endorse that completely.
Thank you.
Secondly, could be our Suchi Thakur, the present secretary. He's an upcoming star.
This I endorse here.
IT person.
I would recommend a third name, Anupam.
Yes.
Anupam Jain.
Yes.
Our club.
So maybe what?
Thank you, Shaju sir, for recommending my name.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm already at position of president in Skill Development Council at Wiki in state of Haryana. So I have already appointed all the 20 members in my executive council. And we are doing work all over Haryana. And we have different executive council member and vice presidents also in Gurgaon, in Rohtak, in Hisar, those who are indulged in various components of skill development. And that is all we are doing, all about women empowerment. And as your question was that, is it related to national something Chamber of Commerce? No, it is not.
No.
It is totally an NGO which is promoted by Mrs. Harbeen Arora.
All right.
But yeah, and definitely indulging, being an active part of this council, you definitely get advantage of fellowship and a broader network to enhance your knowledge when there are international level summits happening. But earlier we used to meet physically in the conferences which generally are being held in different places in India, on rotation basis. But due to COVID, it is not happening anymore. And to be very frank, my experience, I was appointed in month of March. And since then, we couldn't even meet once in any of the conferences, even not in virtually because of some reason or other. But definitely it is a very good platform to increase your fellowship and networking. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Anupam ma'am, for endorsing that. And congratulations to you too for the chair that you hold.
I'd like to invite President Sanjay. He has some questions. Navneet ma'am.
Sure.
Thank you, Shuchi. Navneet ma'am, when you say Haryana, so you did mention Gurgaon also. So just a basic query, my curiosity is, in terms of activity and involvement, since this is a vast area. This is a vast area. So, where do you see more weightage? If I look at industry, definitely Gurgaon is more intensive than this side of Haryana. So, is that a limitation, or is that or is that an advantage? And does the council need to, or the members need to keep traveling to bind the people together, or the activities together across such a vast geography?
Yes, sir. And Sanjay, sir, that is my point. That's why I'm looking for members from across the various geographies of Haryana, because otherwise the pressure comes on a few people to travel very frequently to all the areas. So we are looking at, of course, depending upon the sector or the sect of women that we are trying to empower. So I'm looking at, let's say, this Ambala, Karnal, Panipat belt, if we can have a couple of women from here, and then maybe the Rohtak, Hisar belt area there as well. And maybe the Ghaziabad and that area over there. Of course, Gurgaon, we'll definitely have it covered, and all the major events would anyways pertaining to Haryana Life Skills would happen most likely in Gurgaon itself. And I also have a few members from Panchkula area as well. So I have got these areas covered. But if I can get people from the other areas, like I mentioned, those major 4 or 5 towns that we have, the advantage is that when a person is situated in these towns, they have their networking there, they know people there, and they will also be able to help us in coming up, with a group that we can hopefully, engage with and empower them. So rather than having everybody from Gurgaon, like I said, there's no problem getting 20 women from Gurgaon. That is not the problem here.
Right. So the good news for you is, our Rotary Club is part of the District 3080. So the first belt you mentioned, Ambala, Karnal, Kurukshetra, Panipat, all comes under the same district. And I'm sure Shaju can throw more light on this. So there is a lot of bonding in Rotary also within this district. Ghaziabad is separate, but again,
Ghaziabad, I think, is in UP.
Hanji. So, but even then, different districts also still have a bonding. But our current district governor is from Panipat, and if I see our members who are attending today, I see Shashi ma'am also, since past President Ram Sisi has recommended 2 names. So I see Shashi ma'am, I see Harinderjit, who are from academics background, and I know Harinderjit ma'am, she has been tossing between Noida and Panchkula, Chandigarh over the last few months. This is for assistance, or ideas, I'm sure, because they have a lot of experience. I'm sure they can also connect to you and come up with good ideas with the experience they have. I have a second query. If someone else has, they can go first. Otherwise,
I have one query, small query.
Anji, please. I'll ask later then.
Okay. No, you go ahead.
No, I didn't want to take this whole session, but go ahead, please. No. I'll ask after you, sir. I
want to make an offer.
Yes, Raju. Okay.
Yes, Raju.
Navneet, I can think of names from Ambala, from Karnal, from Kurukshetra, and Panipat.
Perfect. You've given me a sigh of relief, Saju sir.
I think
they are either Rotarians or Rotarian spouses. Okay.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Sanjay, I want to ask a question.
Hanji,
I think who had the first question? I mean, let's go in sequence, no, please.
Yeah, you put me in the queue.
No.
I couldn't. Shuchi, who asked first? I mean, let's just.
So, Vora sir, thank you. First of all, thank you for joining.
Late, I was stuck up in a meeting in Zirakpur.
No problem, sir.
Professor Dua is first in the queue.
Yeah, he's first in the queue. Dua sir, please.
Yes. Good evening, Navneet. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Navneet, if in case you want to go for these objectives, you should have the resource person drawn from all sections of the society. When it is something the traveling and everything is involved, you will have people, the resource persons who are coming from those who have the, the facilities and all the equipment and financially very well off. That becomes a sort of empowerment of those people who are already empowered. And in case you want to cover all the sections of the society, devise a method by which the people from the lower strata can also be included in that, so that their problem and their ins and outs so far as empowerment is concerned, that can also be taken care. You are creating a society of haves and not have-nots. So that is because it's not something which you will reimburse the travel for somebody from, let us say, Cathal, let us go to Gurgaon. It's a big thing for them to move towards that side. So have something by which their reimbursement or some sort of a grant can be given for there to travel, or some criteria by which they represent a particular society or a cross section of people. So that's right.
Absolutely, Dua sir. That is the intention. And that's why we are looking for, in the future, looking for sponsors to give us that grant so that we can help these people who will be coming.
Otherwise, it will become a kitty party for these people, 20 people. A fellowship is a different thing. That's my feeling.
Absolutely. We are taking care that it does not translate into that. Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much. We'll definitely...
Vora sir?
Yes.
Please.
Navneet?
Good evening, sir. Good to see you.
Good evening. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
I missed your complete lecture, but don't worry. Since I am the editor, Shuchi will be sending me the complete video, and I'll listen to whatever you have said and put it in the bulletin as well.
Oh, thank you so much.
My question is, as your student in that hotel about, I think that was about 3-4 years ago. Both I'm forgetting the name of other instructor.
Inderjit Kaur.
Inderjit Kaur and you. We had a wonderful time. From our club, I and past president Puri were there. I think Puri Saab is there or not, I can't see him.
I'm joined kiya unhone.
Acha.
So
I remember only one thing very clearly. You had told us about structure, whatever we remember. So now I want, Shuchi will be sending the structure that you so I'll be creating the structure on the bulletin.
Thank you, Vora sir. And it brings back really fond memories.
Inderjit and that Mr. Chopra. The third
पूरा training program चालू है.
हाँ जी.
Training program चालू है इनका.
Thank you to Raju and other people of the academy who made us undergo this training. Inderjit.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad I'll mention this to Inder that, Vora sir remembers your structure.
Very. And I do remember. This is the only thing I remember.
Navneet ma'am, we have one more question from our president, sir. Sanjay sir.
Sure. Sanjay sir.
Sanjay sir, are you there?
Yes, I was on mute, so I was just unmuting. So This is why on your presentation, again, this is just out of my curiosity. You gave the vision, mission, and the core values. I want to understand more from a activity point of view. I understand, yes, there are webinars, there are training sessions. When you associate with NGOs, could you give me some examples, something that has happened in the past or something you might have as a plan, which helps us to understand. Another thing I had on mind is, we do have a member who's also in the Child and Social Welfare, Women's Socials and Social Welfare Department. So to understand what sort of synergies can come out, if there were one or two cases that you could discuss,
Sure, Sanjay sir. So, there is another cause that I am invested in, and this is on an international level. So as I mentioned, I am a internationally certified coach, and coaching is where we empower people one-on-one, or we do it as group coachings as well. So last year, there was a coaching conference held in Mumbai, which was an international coaching conference of which I was an organizing member. And there is a project right now currently that I am devoting my energies to, which is called the Ethiopia Project. It is running in the country of Ethiopia, where we have about 11 NGOs that this organization called Ethical Coach has tied up with. And I am one of the international coaches there. I devote my time, my coaching expertise regularly every month to one NGO that has been assigned particularly to me. And I take them through coaching processes and coaching sessions, 2 coaching sessions every month, in fact, minimum of 2. One is with the leader of the NGO and one is with the leadership team of the NGO. And the whole idea is, how can we bring life skills or applied human behavioral skills into this coaching and help them gain this skill and help them, apply these at a very ground level. So we have already started that process going. We have been associated with them since June of 2020, and we will finish that engagement next year with them. And we are seeing very good results there. If all of you know, probably Ethiopia is a country which has a lot of civil unrest. Even recently, currently also they're going through that, apart from the COVID-19 crisis that has hit the world over. But despite that, they are still able to apply some of these things. And that is an NGO which is very close to my heart. And they are into this, social evils such as, female genital mutilations and, abortions and AIDS, etc. So, I, in fact, was just talking to them yesterday, and one of my questions was, how has these interventions been for you? And they said they have been absolutely phenomenal, and they are seeing the difference happening at a ground level. So I am hoping that we will be able to replicate something like that within the state of Haryana, where experts can give their effort and time and help uplift, specifically because the agenda is on women empowerment, so specifically uplift the women of Haryana. Absolutely so. And across the sectors, of course, across the geographies.
Wonderful. Listening to you, I realize I have missed one more name. That's Renu Chopra, who's also attending today's meeting. You could be connecting to all of them later. She is also from an academics background and very, very large experience.
Okay.
So I would encourage all these women Rotary members who are attending today to have further discussions with you,
sure,
with your thoughts, and definitely. So thank you. That was all of my questions. Ruchi, is anyone else on the chat?
No, sir.
Just for everybody's convenience, I've put my mobile number in the chat. Yes. So you can contact me directly, and we can set up a time. And then whoever is interested or has further questions, I'll be more than willing to get on the phone and, clarify that for you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Suchi. Thank you, Saju, sir. you, sir.
Navneet, can I put your phone number on the mobile for others to on the bulletin?
हाँ जी sir, ले लीजिए.
And what is your email ID?
It's all there.
You
I have.
Last.
हाँ जी. Suchi has all the details, sir.
Vora sir, I shall pass that on to you.
And Navneet's number both.
Yes, sir. I shall do that.
I'll put you on the mailing list so that every week you will be getting the bulletin also. And
sir, I already get it.
You're getting it?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
पर आप दोबारा से चेक कर लीजिए वोरा सर, दोबारा से मेक श्योर क्या गेट है, ठीक है?
Ajit bhai, good evening.
Good evening. Hello. How are you?
Good evening.
So,
Ajit, good evening. Navneet.
Yes, Saju sir.
I shall be sending you the contact numbers and the email IDs of 4 or 5 of the women leaders whom I spoke about today to you tomorrow. How will you establish contact with them? I mean, how do you, shall I ask them to contact you, or how do you establish the connection?
Yes, sir. So either they can drop me an email or they can leave me a message on the mobile, and then we decide on a mutually convenient time and we connect.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
So I would like to now invite Rotarian Jagvinder Bawa to kindly propose a vote of thanks.
Oh, sir, kya bada smile there.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening. It is my profound privilege to propose a vote of thanks to such a knowledgeable personality, Navneet. It was indeed a very knowledgeable presentation, and we as Rotarians have to take this forward in proposing names to your NGO so that we can take it forward jointly. The concept of your friends of hope and resolve in your presentation was something which was liked by everyone, and we do hope that the work which you are carrying on will succeed and the desired results will be achieved. With this, I thank you. This evening has been really good for all of us and in your sharing knowledge with us. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you, Baba sir. Thank you so much. And please feel free, Saju sir, to call upon me if you need any assistance in the life skills sector or in empowering, in imparting knowledge about the applied human behavioral sciences. I'll be happy to come forward.
Thank you so much for such an interesting session, Navneet ma'am. And we have this meeting for about 15-20 minutes more, so we could request if you could stay on till this meeting terminates. And I see the time is 7:30, and I see the election committee councillor, past councillor Saria, chairperson Ajit Gulati ji have joined, and we did have Luther ji earlier and past president Amarjeet. So before we come to the other announcements by the Secretary Shuchi, would anyone from the election committee want to say anything? Any announcements or any? I mean, they're Christmas bells. So what I was saying was that there is a bell I can hear ringing at 7:30 today. So.
The announcements or whatever we have to further do would come only after we get the news back from you, how many nominations you have received.
Yes, sir.
And on the basis of that, the committee would meet, scrutinize the nominations along with you and Suchi, clear them, and then we would expect that as a good club and as our reputation is there, we have a unanimous decision. The committee doesn't have to do any work on this, and if we can have a total unanimous decision and one nomination for each post. We have in all 10 posts, including the president-elect nominee. And I feel that But I have to clarify one thing. Sergeant at Arms is not a post which will be part of the election. So in case any nomination is received, that is not to be considered at all. And that individual has to be informed.
No. I think this has to be corrected.
Yes.
It is only by verbal. No, constitution has not been amended.
It has been.
The only thing is,
we have
never
amended
been
that.
having Sergeant at Arms as a part of the
BL, we have amended that.
Amended that?
Yes.
Achha.
So keeping that in view, Sergeant at Arms, even if there's a nomination, because we had mentioned in the notice, we would not be considering that particular nomination or request which would come. The rest, we propose the committee to meet on probably Tuesday, go through the nominations and have a final view of how many people for what posts are there. And then, of course, we have the next date, the 18th, for people to withdraw if they have put in their nominations, they're not interested subsequently. So that is how we propose to go about. And I'm sure that with the reputation of Midtown, we would definitely see that we have a unanimous decision so that we give a wonderful team to the next year leader, Salil Chopra. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Like I said, these bells are really music to my ears because the handover process would also start once the team is finalized. And I'm sure this committee is going to do an excellent job, and we can have a great team by the end of this month. I would like
what do you mean by handover process? You have 6 more months to go.
Sanjay, काम चालू हुआ है.
You have just completed not even 6 months yet. You have half the year still. Suchi, you don't feel so happy about it. He was just joking.
Well, I have more people to share the burden. Let's put it that way. So I'm always of the opinion that technically, though, we are in a July to June year for the board, but the work is actually January to December, because the new team actually starts preparing in January. The district programs, the training programs, they all start. So this is hectic also.
Yes, it is.
From January onwards. And, so this is all in good spirit. I mean, no shirking from anything, and the responsibility, every Rotarian continues, irrespective of the position.
अभी तो बहुत कुछ करना बाकी है.
बिल्कुल.
Sanjay, I want to say one thing. President-elect is there on the screen now.
Yes.
In the context of what past President Ajit has just said about Sergeant at Arms. Anyway, because of whatever Ajit has said, it is in that context. I enjoyed coffee and cookies and a piece of cake with President-elect Salil Chopra today, though that form has gone in vain.
Vijay, are you indicating who's going to be the next Sergeant at Arms?
Cat is out of the box. Cat is out of the box.
It is not our prerogative. It is not our committee prerogative. So we can congratulate you right now.
Ajit, whoever becomes Sergeant at Arms, I want to thank him or her for the lovely coffee and cookies that
I think we have understood what you want to say.
Kananji, yes, I heard you well. To just give the final remark on that, picture abhi baki hai. So I would now invite Secretary Shuchi to make further announcements.
Thank you, President Sanjay. We have the birthdays of the First Lady, Ritu Bhatia, 17 December. Congratulations, Ritu ma'am. I saw you some time back. I hope you're still there.
Yes, thank you.
Congratulations. So who's gonna bake for you?
Congratulations.
You bake for everyone. Who's gonna bake for you? Oh, but somebody has to be at par with you to bake for you.
Andrew will bake for her.
It is always.
Hanji Salil sir.
Yes, it is.
We also have the birthdays of Rotarian Pushpa Java, 15 December. Rotarian Kiran Sharma, 17 December. Sharing the birthday with Ritu ma'am. Also, Rotarian Ranjana Tulsi ma'am sharing the birthday with Ritu ma'am. So we have 3 birthdays on the same date. We also have anniversaries of Rotarian Sandhya and past presidents Khandelia sir on 11th December, which is today.
It's today.
We have wedding anniversaries of Meena and Rotarian Rajesh Mahajan tomorrow, 12th December, along with that of Madhusudan sir and Rotarian Neeta. On 13th December, we have the anniversary of Rotarian Darshan Singh Kalsi ji along with Rotarian Manjeet ji. And on 14th December, we have the anniversary of Rotarian Sunil Kumar Sahore and Rotarian Meenakshi ji. That's all from my end. Back to you, Sanjay sir.
Thank you very much, Ruchi. Is Nitin there? If he can make an announcement for the next Friday meeting.
Yes, he's there. I've asked him to unmute. Nitin ji, please unmute yourself.
How would Professor Dr. Dua be able to announce if he's there?
Dua, sir? Yes, he's there.
Next Friday, we will have a lecture by Padam Shri Professor Y. Chawla, former director PGI. The title of that lecture is From Discovery to Nobel Prize,